Everything changes in Heartland Season 19. Episode 6. The trailer doesn't just tease heartbreak, it pours it out. Every frame feels heavy with emotion, and fans can sense that something tragic is coming. Amy's trembling voice, Jack's pained eyes, and the silence that follows. It's more than just another episode. It's a turning point that could shatter the Heartland family as we know it. The question isn't what happens next, it's who will make it through. The trailer opens with a haunting calm. A sweeping shot of the ranch at dawn, mist rising, horses grazing quietly, and Amy walking alone across the field. It feels peaceful at first, almost too peaceful, as if nature itself is holding its breath before something breaks. The sun is soft, but the air carries an unseen tension. Amy's face shows it all. She's fighting back emotions, holding herself together with that quiet strength we've seen her carry since Ty's passing. But this time, something's different. She isn't just sad. She looks lost as the trailer continues. We hear faint dialogue, Jack's voice, deep and tired, saying, "Sometimes letting go is the hardest thing." His words echo over the wind, blending with the sound of hooves and rustling leaves. The ranch has always been a symbol of family, healing, and second chances. But in this trailer, it feels more like a reminder of what's been lost. There's a close-up of a photograph of me, Lindy, and Ty. It's a small moment, but it hits hard. The camera lingers just long enough for us to feel the emptiness, where he should be. Then, a sudden change. The music shifts low, tense, almost like a heartbeat. Lou appears, pacing near the barn, her phone in her hand, her face pale. The audience doesn't know what she's seen or heard yet, but the dread is instant. We've seen Lou hold the family together through crises before, but this time, her fear looks real, raw, and unfiltered. The way she clutches the phone tells us everything we know. Something terrible is coming, and then silence. The kind of silence that screams louder than words. A single line flashes on screen. This is the moment that changes everything. The trailer doesn't need explosions or action to be devastating. It's the emotional stillness, the unspoken pain, and the looks exchanged between characters that do the damage. Fans of Heartland know how powerful these quiet moments can be. Every pause, every tear, every flicker of fear in their eyes, it's storytelling at its finest. This section of the trailer sets the emotional foundation. For episode 6, it tells us that whatever is coming won't just test the family, I'll redefine them. Whether it's loss, betrayal, or a life-altering decision, one thing is certain. The Heartland we know is about to change forever. Before we dive deeper into the devastation hinted in episode 6, we need to look back, because in Heartland, the past is never truly gone. Every heartbreak, every choice, every goodbye still lingers like the whisper of the prairie wind. The last episode left fans emotionally shaken, and it's easy to see why. It wasn't filled with chaos or explosions, it was heavy with emotion. With memories that refused to stay buried, Amy was still struggling to move forward, even though she's been trying for so long. We saw her pushing herself harder with the horses, almost as if she believed that saving them could somehow save herself. That quiet scene in the barn where she brushed Spartan's mane, her eyes glistening, said everything without words. She's a woman who's learned to live with loss, but the ache never leaves. And in episode 5, that ache began to grow louder. There was something in her expression that hinted at a deeper pain, one that episode 6 seems ready to bring crashing to the surface. Meanwhile, Jack was carrying his own silent battle. We saw him standing on the porch, staring at the fields as though he could see ghosts there. His voice trembled when he said, "You can't hold on to everything, Amy." That single line was more than advice, it was a warning. The show has always painted Jack as the family's backbone, but in these recent episodes, even his strength looks fragile. His eyes tell us that he knows something bad is coming, and maybe, deep down, he's already preparing himself for it. Then there's Lou, ever the leader, ever the fixer. But in episode 5, even she started to crack. Between running her political career and trying to protect her family, she's stretched thin. One small argument with Amy near the end of the episode revealed how much pain both sisters still carry. Their words hurt because they came from love that's been worn down by time and loss. That moment wasn't just a fight, It was a reflection of the whole family's emotional exhaustion. And let's not forget the younger generation, Lindy's innocent questions. Like, why do people have to leave? Left fans in tears. Through her eyes, the show reminds us that grief doesn't just haunt adults. It changes childhood too. It was a subtle but powerful message. Heartland has always been about healing, but sometimes healing means reopening old wounds first. So when the episode 6 trailer opens with those soft but sorrowful tones, it feels like a storm that's been building for weeks. Every scene from the last episode now feels like a piece of the puzzle, leading us to this breaking point. Amy's strength, Jack's silence, Lou's worry, they're all signs that the calm we saw before was only temporary. The real test of love, family, and endurance is about to begin. Heartland has always balanced beauty and pain. And episode 5 proved that even peace can be fragile. But episode 6, it's not just continuing the story, it's answering all the unspoken fears left behind. The past is echoing louder than ever, and this time, those echoes might bring the Heartland family to their knees. The trailer for Heartland Season 19. Episode 6 doesn't just show us what's coming, it feels like a confession. It's dark, quiet, and hauntingly beautiful. Like the calm heartbeat of someone standing right before their world falls apart. Every shot seems soaked in unspoken pain, and every word feels like it's carrying the weight of a decade of heartbreak. This isn't the Heartland we remember. It's more fragile, it's more human, and more real than ever before. The first moment that grips you is Amy, standing alone by the river. The air is cold, her breath visible in the fading light, and her eyes are fixed on something we can't see. The scene says everything. She's surrounded by peace, yet her expression tells us she's miles away in her thoughts. The music under this shot is soft piano, but it's almost trembling, like a song afraid to break. Then, in a whisper, Amy says, "It wasn't supposed to end like this." It's a simple line, but fans know it means everything. Is she talking about a relationship? A dream? Or something much deeper, perhaps someone she's about to lose again? Then the trailer cuts sharply to Lou, sitting in her car, tears streaming down her face as she stares at a message on her phone. We don't see what it says, but we can imagine. The way her hand trembles, the way her lips move, as if reading something impossible to believe. It's devastating. This isn't the polished, confident Lou we've seen leading meetings and holding her family together. This is a woman undone, stripped to her rawest emotion. The rain outside her car mirrors her grief, and for a brief moment, she presses her forehead against the steering wheel, whispering something the audience can't hear. It's heartbreak in silence. Next, Jack's voice breaks through, steady but heavy. "You can't fight what's already decided," he says, his tone quiet and broken. The trailer shows him standing by Ty's old cabin, his hat in his hands. There's a gravestone behind him, but the camera doesn't linger enough for us to read it. The mystery deepens. Could this be a flashback? A dream? Or is someone new gone? Whatever it is, it leaves viewers breathless, hearts pounding with dread, and then for just a few seconds, we see Lindy, her tiny hand clutching Amy's. They're both walking toward the barn as the wind picks up. Carrying a soft cry of horses in the distance, the barn doors creak open, and for a split second, the camera shows a flicker of something, maybe a shadow, maybe a person. It's gone before we can understand, but it's enough to make fans freeze. The symbolism here is clear. The barn, once a place of hope and healing, now hides something painful. The trailer ends with one final image, Mamie looking up at the dark sky, whispering, "Please." Not again. Music fades into silence. No dramatic cuts, no explosion of sound, just stillness. That's what makes it so powerful. The heartbreak isn't loud. It's quiet, deep, and real. This trailer doesn't rely on action to make an impact. It uses emotion. Every pause, every tear, every flicker of light feels intentional. It's as if the creators are preparing us not just for another episode, but for an emotional reckoning, a moment that might redefine what Heartland truly stands for. And if the past 19 seasons have taught us anything, it's that Heartland never breaks hearts just for the sake of drama. It breaks them to remind us that healing is only possible after the pain. Episode 6 looks ready to deliver exactly that unforgettable story of loss, love, and the strength it takes to keep going when everything inside you says stop. The moment the Heartland Season 19. Episode 6 trailer dropped, the fandom didn't just react, they erupted. Within minutes, the internet was flooded with heartbreak, confusion, and theories that sent shivers down every fan's spine. It wasn't just another teaser. It was a collective gut punch to a community that has loved, cried, and grown with these characters for nearly 2 decades. The energy online felt electric but heavy, like a storm rolling over the Heartland Ranch itself. On social media, the comments poured in faster than anyone could read. "I'm not ready for this," one fan wrote on Twitter. The words echoed by thousands who liked and reposted it. Another comment read, "If they hurt Amy again, I'm done." It's the kind of reaction that proves how deeply this show lives in people's hearts. Fans aren't just watching, they're feeling every second of it. Reddit threads became emotional group therapy sessions, with fans dissecting every frame, every tear, every tremor in Amy's voice. Some fans zoomed in on stills, convinced that a blurred figure in the background of one shot might be connected to Ty's memory. Others wrote long, heartfelt posts about how Heartland has carried them through their own losses and how they're terrified to face another goodbye. Even longtime viewers who thought they'd seen it all admitted that this trailer hit differently. "It's not just sadness, it's dread," one fan explained in a comment that got thousands of likes. The music, the silence, the way Amy whispers, "Please, not again," broke something in people. It's rare for a show to make viewers feel this level of connection 19 seasons in. But Heartland has always been about emotion more than spectacle. This trailer reminded everyone why fan artists started sketching scenes of Amy holding Lindy under a gray sky, trying to capture the pain and love tangled in that single image. Others made tribute videos, combining past moments of Ty and Amy with the new trailer's voiceovers, as if trying to prepare themselves emotionally for what's coming. The YouTube comment sections turned into support groups, people comforting one another, writing things like, "Whatever happens, we'll face it together." It's more than a fandom, it's a family. But amidst the heartbreak, there's also fear. Theories spread like wildfire. Could someone die? Is Amy about to make an impossible choice? Is the ranch in danger? Each frame of the trailer becomes a clue, each line of dialogue a potential goodbye. It's as if fans are bracing for impact, waiting for the emotional wreckage they know Episode 6 will bring. And yet, despite all the pain, there's hope that the episode will honor what Heartland stands for. Love that endures. No matter how many times it's tested, the community isn't just talking, they're uniting. Heartland has always been about family, and now that family extends to millions of fans holding their breath across the world. Everyone feels the storm coming, but they're ready to face it together. The reactions prove one thing beyond doubt: this isn't just a show anymore. It's a shared heartbeat. And as fans wait for Episode 6 to arrive, that heartbeat is trembling with both fear and love. Every frame of the Heartland Season 19 Episode 6 trailer carries more than sadness, it carries meaning. This isn't heartbreak for the sake of tears. It's storytelling with soul. The show has always lived at the intersection of pain and purpose. And this trailer proves that Season 19 is diving deeper than ever into those emotional roots. It's not just about what happens, it's about why it happens, and what it says about love, family, and the human heart. The first thing you notice is how the trailer speaks in silence. There are long pauses between lines, spaces filled not with noise but with emotion. That quietness mirrors grief itself, the way it creeps into everyday life. How it turns even laughter into a reminder of what's been lost. Amy's silence isn't emptiness, it's weight. She's the embodiment of quiet endurance, showing us that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "Keep going." Even when the world feels like it's falling apart, the theme of acceptance runs through every second. Jack's line, "You can't fight what's already decided," echoes through the story like a painful truth. It's about the things we can't control: life, death, time, and the choices that define us. The ranch, once a symbol of second chances, now feels like a place where everyone must confront what they can't change. That's the essence of Heartland, the understanding that love doesn't protect us from pain, it gives us the courage to face it. Another powerful theme is legacy. The show subtly reminds us that the people we lose never truly leave us. They live on in our actions, in our memories, and in the love we pass forward. When Amy looks at Ty's photo, it's not just nostalgia, it's an act of remembrance. Every decision she makes now feels like a way of keeping his spirit alive. Even Lindy's questions, simple, innocent, heartbreaking, carry that same thread. She's the next generation. It's asking the questions we all ask when life feels unfair. There's also an unshakable sense of healing through heartbreak. Heartland has never pretended that healing is easy or clean. It's messy, confusing, and often painful. Episode 6 seems ready to show that healing isn't about getting over the past, it's about learning to live with it. The trailer doesn't promise closure. It promises truth. The truth that sometimes love hurts more than loss, because it means you still care, even when everything's falling apart. Even the visuals support these themes. The muted lighting, the slow camera movements, the wind moving through empty fields, it's all symbolic. Nature has always reflected the characters' inner worlds in Heartland, and here it feels like the land itself is grieving. The open skies that once represented freedom now feel heavy, pressing down with the weight of memory. The world looks the same, but it doesn't feel the same. That's exactly how grief works. It changes everything without moving a single thing. In the end, the trailer tells us something profound, that the most devastating moments in life aren't meant to destroy us, they're meant to remind us how deeply we can feel. Episode 6 isn't just setting up a sad story, it's setting up an emotional transformation. The pain, the silence, the tears, they're all steps toward a deeper understanding of love and resilience. So when fans say this trailer is devastating, damn right, but not just because of what might happen. It's devastating because it holds up a mirror. It makes us face the truth that love and loss are two sides of the same story. And in true Heartland fashion, it's a story that will break us, only to help us heal again. The Heartland Season 19. Episode 6 trailer doesn't just show us the future, it warns us. Every shot, every word feels like a puzzle piece that fans are desperately trying to fit together before the storm hits. But beneath all the mystery, there's one thing everyone agrees on. Something life-changing is coming. The question is, what or who will it take to get there? The most haunting clue lies in Amy's tone. Her voice trembles as she says, "It wasn't supposed to end like this." Those words echo through the fandom like a broken promise. It's not anger, it's grief. But grief over what? Some fans believe a tragic accident is about to strike. The sound of distant thunder in the background, the sudden cut to Lindy clutching Amy's hand, it all feels like a storm is both literal and emotional. Could it be that the family faces another loss, one that tests the very heart of the ranch? Others think episode 6 might revolve around a secret finally being revealed. Heartland has always been about unspoken truths, the things left unsaid between family members until it's too late. Lou's reaction in the trailer, with tears and trembling hands, suggests she's seen something that changes everything. A message, a confession, maybe even a letter left behind. What if it's connected to Ty? His presence still lingers in every corner of the story, and many believe the past is about to return in a way that forces everyone to face the pain they've tried to bury. Then there's Jack. His line, "You can't fight what's already decided," feels almost prophetic. Jack has always been the soul of Heartland, but even he looks weighed down by something unseen. Could episode 6 bring a health scare, or a painful realization that his time as the family's anchor is nearing its end? It would be devastating, but it would also fit the show's pattern of teaching strength through loss. Jack's journey has always been about passing down wisdom, and maybe this episode marks the moment he must let go and trust that his family can carry on without him. And yet, beneath all the sadness, there's a faint glimmer of hope. The show has never left its audience in pure despair. There's always light waiting at the end of the storm. Maybe the devastation hinted at in the trailer isn't about death at all, but about change. Perhaps Amy is forced to make a choice that alters her life forever, leaving the ranch, starting over, or opening her heart to someone new. The line, "Please not again," might not be about losing someone, it could be about losing herself. Maybe this episode will push her to finally find balance between holding on to the past and embracing the future. Fans are divided, torn between fear and faith. Some think we're about to witness another goodbye that will echo for seasons to come. Others believe the episode will end with a bittersweet moment of healing, a realization that even in heartbreak, the family's bond remains unbreakable. But one thing is certain, Episode 6 is going to test every character in a way we've never seen before. The title of the trailer says, It's devastating. But devastation doesn't always mean destruction. Sometimes it's the breaking open of hearts that have been closed too long. It's the pain that clears the way for healing. So whether it's loss, revelation, or rebirth, Episode 6 feels like the emotional climax of the season. The moment where Heartland reminds us why we've loved it all these years. It's not just about horses and open skies. It's about how love survives even when the world waits. So as fans hold their breath and count the days, one truth remains: the storm is coming. But maybe, just maybe, it's the kind of storm that washes everything clean, as the final seconds of the Heartland Season 19. Episode 6 trailer fade to black. One thing becomes clear. This isn't just another chapter in the series. It's a reckoning. The kind that makes you sit in silence long after the screen goes dark. It's wondering how something so simple a look, a whisper, a tear can leave such a deep mark. The trailer doesn't shout its message. It bleeds it quietly, through faces we've grown up with and places that feel like home. The devastation isn't about explosions or disasters. It's about emotion. It's about watching people you love break in front of you and realizing that's part of being human. This episode is shaping up to be the emotional center of the entire season, a moment where everything that's been building finally collides. The show has been gently preparing us, teaching us that sometimes the most powerful moments are the ones wrapped in silence. The ones where we can almost hear hearts breaking between breaths. But here's the truth at the heart of it all. Heartland has never been a story about loss. It's a story about what comes after. About love that bends but never breaks. About family that fights but never walks away. The trailer may leave us shattered, but it also reminds us why we keep watching. Because even in the darkest moments, there's always a flicker of light. Whether it's Amy finding her strength again, Lou learning to forgive herself, or Jack realizing that family is not about blood, but about love that endures through every storm. This devastating episode might just be the most honest one yet. It's not trying to show. It's reminding us that grief doesn't end, it transforms. That pain isn't the opposite of love, it's proof of it. And that's why fans across the world are holding their breath, bracing for the impact, and at the same time, hoping for that familiar feeling of quiet hope that always follows every heartbreak in Heartland. So as the screen fades to black and those final piano notes linger, the trailer leaves us with one question: not what happens next, but how will they survive it? Because we already know they will. That's what Heartland teaches us every season. No matter how deep the loss, love always finds its way home. For now, all we can do is wait, hearts heavy, eyes wet, and spirits ready for Episode 6 to arrive. It promises to break us, to heal us, and to remind us that even when everything changes, some bonds are too strong to ever fade. If this trailer is the storm, then Episode 6 will be the thunder, the sound of hearts breaking and beginning to beat again.